Мы начинаем медитации с намерением служить Вселенной, потому что только во служении есть решение нашего печали, печаль, который может превращаться в депрессию. We start our meditation with the intention to serve, because without this feeling that we are serving the universe, we directly end up with a sadness because we are not living to our full extent, and that leads to direct depression. The key of fighting depression is to serve unconditionally with love. The knowledge that we are serving the universe saves us from the sadness, which is a part and parcel of being on the planet. Когда мы служим, мы автоматом избегаем печаль, которая является натуральным частью или игрой быть на земле. Только служением. Ом Намо Шивая. Мы начинаем медитацию. We are going to be starting the meditation by sending mantra, prayer, energy, blessings. Мы начинаем свою медитацию, посылая любовь, энергия, благословение, молитвы по адресу тем людям, которым это нужно. We are going to be sending love to each member of the class today. Once more, in 4 forms: blessings, energy, prayer, mantra, seeing that these all 4 are the same. A prayer which is repeated becomes a mantra. We are going to излучаем любовь 4 путями. Энергии, в принципе, смеха и любви от сердца. Мантра, молитва, мантра, который повторяется. Мантра – это молитва, которая повторяется. Намерение, intention, and offering blessings and prayers. We are sending it to Dula. She needs it and she's accepting it, and we are sending it to Sasha, who is a young mother, and she is waiting for the diagnosis that it might be cervical cancer. We are sending love, мы излучаем любви. Дуле, которая молодая и ищет направление. We are sending love to Dula, who is looking for direction in life and needs a balance. And we are sending love to Sasha and her son, because she's not even 30 and she has cervical cancer. Мы излучаем любви Саши, который там подозревается в раке. Ей даже еще не 30. Когда мы работаем с печалью, у нас печаль бывает, потому что мы осознаем, что мы меньше даем, чем берем по жизни. Мы хотим от жизни все, радость, деньги, как секс, отношения, все хотим, а хотим минимально давать, и считается, что мы тогда выиграли, и мы в итоге. А когда все наоборот. Тот, который успел давать, тот и победил. We are on this planet and all the news are full of do this and you will make more money, do that and this person made a lot of money, he is very respected, he made a lot of money, and do this and this was a smart decision and you made money. So everyone on the planet is in a mode of I want to make money, and I want to make money, I want to have more of sex, I want to have more relationship, I want to have more respect. It's all about having more. And we give less than we take on this planet, and that immediately leads to a depression. Мы стараемся получить больше, чем не даем, и это корень, причина депрессии. Когда мы даем, when we give more than we take, we are self-realized and we have also depression. Depression is sadness, which is part of being on. If you are on this planet, there are 3 types of depression. When we are on this planet, there are 3 types of depression. One from the nature. Things go wrong in our life. We judge something to be good and bad, and that's natural. And it goes up and down, and that's natural. So we can have depression from something that happened, but we think, no, this is unnatural that I have pain in my life. And that feeling will become sadness, which will become anger, which will become fear, and then we will be having depression. That's one of the ways. The second is that others can do something. So first one is natural. Something has happened and you judge it to be unnatural. Well, everything on the planet, from concentration camps to whatever Napoleon did, to whatever Julius Caesar did, to whatever COVID is happening, all the violence of the world and death is natural. Мы просто придумали, что Бог не разрешает насилие, это обиды и так далее. И это все в природе есть. Поэтому первый источник депрессии и печали – это нам кажется, все это не натурально. Когда все, что происходит в самом деле, если это происходит, значит, что это позволено Богу. Считайте так. Не участвовать в этом. We don't have to be participating in it. If we say, oh, this is violence, we don't have it because we are spiritual seekers or rather givers. But if that's what happens and we can't prevent it, then accept it as part of the everything. So first depression comes from our difference between nature and unnatural, thinking that this is unnatural. The second force which leads to depression is our judgments at others. This person did that, that person did that, this person is good, this person is bad. And others, or life as we know, will have situations which will make us depressed because we came to meet these challenges. First one is nature that we accept as being unnatural. Second is others, other people on this planet, and there can be overlap. Первая причина нам кажется, что это неприродно. Вторая, другие, чужие люди это делают. The other person has done this, the other person hurt me, now I'm hurt, now I'm going to be sad and then I'm going to be depressed. The other person left me, rejected me, all those stories. In reality, в самом деле другой человек просто ушел, дал нам свободу, а мы будем видеть это как, о, он от меня отказался, он отвернулся. But in reality, the other person gave us freedom, but we see it as what? We see it as rejection, and then we get sad, and sadness after some time becomes rejection, becomes depression based on our rejection of something. The third type of depression, which all of you must have, the third, третий type of depression должна быть у вас. You have to be having that third type of depression. It is the depression of being in an absurd world. Это депрессия от того, что мы находимся в абсурдном мире. Здесь очень много не так, поверхностно. Но, there is a but. In reality, the world is really disbalanced, but everything that is happening on the world, on the planet, has got a reason, but sometimes it is in the past lives. So someone, you think, oh, that person is so bad. Why is that person having so much happiness or luck or this, etc., or whatever you think. But there has to be a reason. Sometimes it is in the past life and he might be getting this. But in this life, if that person just enjoyed his senses with that money and just showed to everyone how much I have, how much less you have, and did not respect others, was not really grateful. I meet all the time people who are not grateful to be in Canada or America. While we are coming from places like India or somewhere, after some time, no, we take things to be, and Canadians or North Americans are really born with these things. So they don't feel grateful for the for the quality of life that we have over here. We just forgot, we don't say thank you. So we don't have enough gratitude, and we can have a depression. У нас нету достаточно. Мы откуда угодно приехали, мы имеем здесь хорошее качество жизни, а мы забиваем, не выражаем достаточно благодарность. Это становится источником депрессии. Потому что the third type of depression, третий тип депрессии, который у нас обязательно должен быть, the third type of depression is the one which shows to us the absurdity, который показывает нам абсурдность этого планета. Мы рождаемся вообще маленькими и крупками. We are born enlightened, but with very no physical energy. And then when we get to the peak, we are totally young and still do not have enough, I would say, experience. And by the time we have the experience on how to manage life, we are already too old and near to dying. But the key is that every stage there is a transfer taking place. We are born enlightened, then we lose our enlightenedness, but we get physical energy and physical strength. Then once we reach the peak, usually the peak of Christ stage 33, then we start to lose. Because we came to this planet for a very short time in a physical body. But in reality, in the true core, we have been on this planet many times. We have been on this planet many times. Hold on. So we should be really not expecting the life to be absurd. Once we start to understand life, at that time we are already getting aged and our body is going down. So it is an absurd life. But our expectation that life on this planet should be having this and that is completely irrational. Because we are born into a magical world. A magic world in which everything that we see really does not have a reality. Everything is changing so fast, but we do not see that reality. Наш мир, наше ожидание, что должно быть рационально, Бог должен присутствовать, это должен быть так, и это должно быть так, все должны меня любить и так далее. В конце концов, это получается, что если есть Бог, то Он мне должен давать много уважения, и тогда мир рациональный. At the end of it, it comes out, if there is a God and there is a balance in the world, then I should be having a lot of sex, a lot of money, a lot of relationship, a lot of respect from others, etc. And then I'm happy, and then I would consider that God is there. So the third type of depression is born to the people who are looking for God and are dispassionate. This is a holy depression. It turns us off from the world. So the first one is based on our not understanding that everything on the planet, floods, fire, death, everything, loss, everything is a part of the nature of life on this planet. The second type of depression is born out of our judgment of others. No, that person hurt me, this thing hurt me, so there is no God, I don't have enough love, respect, etc. Others have more, etc. And the third type of depression is a must for anyone who is spiritual. It is the depression of being detached, dispassionate. So let's say you enjoyed Mickey Mouse movies when you were small, and now you're watching that and it's just cartoons. You might enjoy them, but you start to see the childishness, the irrationality, the lack of real joy on this planet for those who think that their body is everything. Первая источник депрессии, наше ожидание, что природа Бога, особенно природа, в конце концов, это божественная натура, не должен иметь насилия. У Бога есть всякие краски. Все Вселенная это полет как будто картина, в этой картине, как в картине кондиции, всякие цветы от самого черного до белого, но все в самом деле это одна краска, краска любви. А мы видим всякие насилие и так далее, и нам кажется, нет, не может быть, это не натурально, и это наша ошибка. Второе, мы обижаемся на человека. Не понимая, что я и ты не единая сила, не разные клетки одного же органа. When we get angry at someone, we are getting angry at ourselves because we are all connected and we are part of the same body. We are all different cells of the same body. So, the second depression also, when, oh, that person is bad, this person is good, that person is like that, that always leads to us getting angry at ourselves and becoming depressed because we are now angry at ourselves. There's a there's a third depression, and that third depression, treatise depression, we must have it. У нас должно быть. Это когда мы видим абсурдность мира и переключаемся. When we start to see the absurdity of the life and we start to go different. And it's just a different point of view. But we have to be depressed as well as enjoy the absurdity. Мы должны и радоваться этой абсурдности, что мир такой абсурдный. Но также мы должны быть немножечко освобожденный от привязанной Вселенной. Тогда мы можем быть духовны. Пока привязанной Вселенной есть, while we are really attached to the different things and suggestions on this planet, we cannot become spiritual. Пока у нас привязанный к Вселенной есть, мы не можем быть духовными. И там или, it's either this or that. Either you become let your attraction for the material things, relationships, money, and whatever, even God, whatever you think God is. God is a good, benign, and he will help you. Even that to me. Either you remain attached to that, or you let go of all your judgments and become attached to the Supreme Creator in everything and everywhere. In everything and everywhere. So, there are three main reasons for depression. Three корни. Природа и наше ожидание, что природа не должен быть насилие и так далее. Наша ошибка. В природе есть все. Как по латинско-канадинскому. Есть все краски. Там нет такой, что черного не будет, белого не будет. Like a picture. There seem to be different colors, but it is all powered by the power of love. So the real color of the universe is just love. But we see different colors and we are angry. Why is black over there? I don't, how can you have a drawing if there's no black color in it? The second is, there won't be any outlines. The second, второй, our anger at others, наша обида на другой такой, и это такое, жизнь такая. This all comes to us because we are all connected. Мы все связаны, и если мы осуждаем кого-то, то мы сами себе съедаем. When we are angry at someone else on the planet, we stop our own spiritual growth. And it's just a point of view. Это просто точка зрения. То есть то, что нам кажется нормально, другому человеку будет казаться дурной, и наоборот. When I was walking today some days back in Montreal, there is a huge culture of just being physically fit, and people are into physical. They want to have really good, like no fat bodies, and people are stressing, and the world is like that. Everyone is stressed, everyone is working, exercising the body, eating right, etc. And I went to the church and there was just one person, but there were at least 100 people in the park exercising. Когда я был в Монреале сейчас, то в парке там уже открыто, Sto люди byli v parke, ktorí занимались стражеством, выглядят лучше, они объявили войну над жиром, и чтобы победить, и что жира нет у меня, и большой вот это, большой праздник, нет жира у меня теле, и все. И а в церкви было только 2 человека. И я был включен в этом духе. I was one of the 2, so in the church. So people are focused on the body, and then the spirit is neglected. So very few people have this gift. Очень маленькое количество людей имеют это дар депрессии, источник, который является чистое благословение от Бога. Что пусть ты немножечко будешь разочарован этим миром, чтобы ты стал быть духовным. This third type of depression is a direct gift from the universe. Otherwise, all our lives, we just will be living and dying just for some sex, money, and reputation. What people think about me, and and that ends up with toys and all that, and nothing we want. So if only when you are depressed, then you see this car doesn't make me happy. Even this sex without any respect doesn't make me happy. Вот эти привязанности, даже телесные, если там нету корней сердечного связи, нету только физического, то не приносит радость. Это все остальные игрушки, все остальные, все, что сладкие, это калорийные и так далее. And you then start to look for that feeling. Вы тогда начинаете искать внутри себя. Не где-то, пока в материальном мире наши глаза видят, наши ощущения. Вот это буду ощущать, вот это буду ощущать. COVID поэтому благословение. The COVID depression is forcing us to look inside. Ковидская депрессия заставляет нас смотреть вокруг, внутри, не вокруг. Поэтому 3 типа депрессии. Благословение. That this third type of depression is pure blessing. Accept it as a blessing and enjoy that depression. Осознавать, знакомиться с этой депрессией и принимать ее как любовный друг. Я был 2 месяца в Монреале, практически без отношений и так далее. Минимальные, или скажем так. I was in Montreal for 2 months. It was like in a cell. And I think the only thing that I'm very primitive. Я очень примитивный. Yet I was only, maybe if I had some good sex or something, I wouldn't have become so sad. But I wasn't even sad. I just managed the 2 months. But when you are becoming sad, does sex really help? And some of you will say, the deepest part of heart, including myself. Maybe yes. No. Connection of the heart. That helps. So we are really happy and privileged that we have a group which is connected at a level of heart. У нас действительно не секс нам нужен, а связь с сердцем. И поэтому даже быть вот такой группа, которая не просветленная, но ищет просветление. И это является благословением. И если мы были бы очень довольны жизнью, мы никогда не могли бы заниматься медитацией. If we were really happy with the senses and we never could have become spiritual. Spirituality is always based on a disconnect, and the disconnect is always based on, well, a sadness or a feeling that this really doesn't give me happiness. If you have sex, but there's no respect, no happiness. If you have food, but no one to enjoy it with, or no one cooked it, or you're not cooking, you just eat it, it doesn't bring you any happiness. It's just calories. And even if you have money, but no one is seeing that, no one you are enjoying, no one you are spending it on, it doesn't bring any happiness. It's just people living in huge houses, but if you're alone in that house, it's hell. It's better to be in a shabby room, but with people that you're connected to. Это лучше, поэтому 3 типа депрессия. Не все в этой группе. Everyone watching this has to say thanks for that depression, because otherwise we cannot evolve. And it's just a point of view. So in Montreal, don't think that we are the right ones. We are going to be sending love. Misechas izluchaim любви, малину, у которой сложная ситуация и по отношению, и реализации, Дуле, и Саше, у которого только что сомневается в том, что у него рак. Поэтому и всем 30 лет. Всем трем девочкам. All the 3 people who are receiving love today are around 30. And there's a girl of 15 who is depressed also. She's in Vancouver. So we are going, Christina, we are going to be sending love. Мы будем излучать любви и служением решать вопрос своего печаль, избегать депрессии. So our act of love will enable us to be self-realized, and when we are self-realized, we will be able to manage all the moods, and depression is just one of the moods. Depression is one of the moods. Most of the world, when it becomes sad, everything becomes sad. But when you are spiritual, you see, oh, I have a feeling of sadness. Когда вы по пути просветления, вы видите, о, у меня есть чувство печали. И вы уже отделены. Это не ты в печали, у тебя есть печаль. Ты окей, но у тебя есть печаль. Ты печаль оставляешь. You see, when you become spiritual, you start to see, oh, I have sadness. But the key is, unlike the others, you see, I have sadness, but I am not sad. I have sadness, but I'm not sadness, or I'm not sad. I can see this sadness. I can feel the weight. And you distance. Вы начинаете себе различать, отличать и отделяться от этого тяжелого чувства. И считаете, окей, вот моя депрессия, вот I can see it, it's my heaviness, it's this dark thing. And you see it, analyze it, but you know that you are the force which is analyzing and which is not the sadness. Вы знаете, что вы анализируете свою печаль как черный густой. И осознаете, что вы тот, который анализирует. Но вы не это черный густой. Вы отделяете. Так вы лечите себя. Om Namah Shivaya. The mantra we are going to be using, when I say Jai Shri Ram, Ram is one of the main gods, one of the main avatars. Рама – это один из самых важных аватаров Бога Вишну, который перерождается на земле, когда миру нужен. И это аватар есть имя в самом деле. One of his main avatars is Rama, and in the name of the God, you will find the release from your depression, sadness, and all the little things on the planet. Повторяя имя самого важного, одного из самых имя аватара, перерождения Бога Вишну на земле, ощущая Рама, вибрации Рама в своем сердце, вы будете избегать всего. You are just going to be feeling the force of the vibration of Rama in your heart and sending blessings to these 4 people. Dula, the girl who has got cervical cancer, first symptoms. Sophia, Christina, who is just 15 and is having depression, and Malina, who is going through a difficult time on the planet. And everyone is 30 and the girl is 15. So as I say Jai Shri, which means Slava, which means glory to God, Rama. But who is Rama? Our own internal avatar of the eternal God that we can call Vishnu, but we can also call Vishnu, we can also call Shiva. They are all the same, but different forms. Jai Shri, just breathe in Jai Shri, and Rama in your heart. The force of the vibration of Rama in your heart will remove all misery. And that Rama explosion in your heart you have to send to everyone on the planet, everyone who is not spiritual, so has got no chance of ever being in this life, maybe next life, being truly joy. Yes. Jai Shri, and I'm going to remove myself so that you can. Jai Shri Ram. Jai, feel it through the nose. Shri going down. Rama, in your heart, you're going to be feeling it. I will say you will feel the force of Rama and it will bring you joy. Repeating God's name. Повторяй имя Бога, Вишну, как во перерождении Автара Рам, освободит вас от всех печалей, и вы будете служить другим. It will, the name of Rama in your heart will remove all your sadness, and you will be sending love to everyone on the planet, including these 4 people that were mentioned. Get the blessings of Vishnu as Rama. Jai Shri Ram. I'm going to be saying it 100 times. And Rama has to be in the heart. The vibration of Rama in your heart. Vibrație Rama во своем сердце. И вы будете ощущать огромная радость. You are going to be feeling a huge happiness, joy in your heart. And you are going to be sharing it with the people who are depressed. Jai Shri Ram. 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 See Jai Shri, feel the blessings of Rama, Vishnu, the creator, flowing from the ground. Jai Shri, ощущайте от Вишну благословения, которые начали уделиться. Рама в сердце излучат радость. Jai Shri Ram. 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 Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Vi можете повторять просто Rama Rama во своем сердце. You can just repeat Rama, the vibration of Rama in your heart. It was the favorite mantra of Gandhi also. Before dying, that's what Gandhi did when he was shot to death. He said Rama. Когда Ганди стрелял убийцу, перед смертью он только последним дыханием говорил Рама, Рама, Рама. The whole group is sending love to now to Chi. Om Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, to Jean, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. To Laura, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Laura needs more amount of just peace and quiet and acceptance. Peace and quiet and acceptance. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Going beyond life and death. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Hal, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Catherine, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Catherine, going through a relationship issue. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Boris, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Dula, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Clarity, clarity and direction. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And a balance in relationship. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Shri Ram, Irina and Max, both mother and child. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Sweta, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Confidence and energy to proceed. Confidence and energy to proceed. Jai Shri Ram. Уверенность и энергия, чтобы развиваться туда, куда хочет. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Nishi, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Marina and her son. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Leena, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And everyone at her work. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Preeti. Also a relationship and clarity. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Malina, clarity. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and balance. Jai Shri Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram. Galia, просто ясность и энергия. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri. For Sasha, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Christina, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, and you and her family. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Olga, who has cancer, but has now recovered. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. Sasa, who has just been diagnosed in the first stages. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And bless yourself. И благословляйте себе, благодаря за всех депрессий и не депрессий. Have gratitude for all the depressions and the joys, anti-depressions in your life. Because you are beyond these both. You are just the passenger of this car which goes up and down these emotions, but you are not these emotions. Вы путешественник, который проходит эти разные колебания настроения, но вы не это настроение, вы вечная сила любви. За этой ясности вы освобождены от всех печалей. За рамой в сердце вы освобождены от печали. With this clarity that you are the eternal, we are not the emotions that you go through, that you enjoy in life or go through in life. You are not these emotions, but you are the passenger, which is the eternal, pristine, clear energy of love, eternal love, infinite divine love, infinite divine love, infinite divine love. Satchitanand, Satchitanand, Satchitanand. Jai Shri Ram. Just having Rama in your center will remove all sadness. Просто имея Рама, вибрацию в своем сердце, очистит от всех печали, обид и страх. Рама, Рама, Рама. Rama, 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 Rama. Good, thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask right now.